Shalom. I'm your brother Kaya from Jim's Camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. First and foremost is I want to give us all praise, glory, and honor. It's the Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahakodash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. I also want to say Shalom to the 144,000. I also want to say Shalom to the Akwath and to the Akim that are listening. I also want to say Shalom to the speckled bird out there. Even though you may look like the heathen, but you're not the heathen. I want to say Shalom. Now, you may be wondering why I got this on my screen. I'm quite sure everybody can read. This was on Instagram. This is out here. It is what it is. These men have been convicted of the things they have done. Now, you have an understanding why, another reason why Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai hates Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the Idumeans. And this is the crazy thing. You know, these Edomites have drawn themselves in as Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call Jesus. They've drawn themselves in as the gods and the angels and everything else. But look at what they do. Look at the wickedness of Esau, Edom. These are Edomites, Idumeans, which call themselves today Caucasians, white folks. Now, this is an article up on these three men, and it ain't just these three men that do these things. You know, a lot of these Edomites do these things. In the book of Job, the 30th chapter, 1 through 8, we're going to read that goes into them too. That even Job himself did not want them around his animals. Now, if you read this article for a moment, and we're going to read this. 3 men jail for sex with cow, goat, 9 horses, and unknown number of dogs. But wait a minute, y'all, hold up. I thought they were the gods. I thought they were the angels. I thought they were white holy. They're not. See, once again, their lies are unraveling. They're being Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is showing them for who these devils really are and the things they do. This is straight wickedness. Matter of fact, let's read further down. I just took a snapshot of this. You know, through the Akim had this in our group, but once again, come on, Slakia. And you know, once again, these devils are outed. Now you think about all those that just ain't caught yet. Matter of fact, you got to think about these higher elite Edomites and what they're doing. You know, even when it goes into the Epstein files and all that other stuff that these devils are doing, pedophilia, all kind of stuff. But see, they make Jake the face of everything, of wickedness. They always trying to put Jake as the wicked person, and you see who really is. At the end of the day, you know, as I've said, you know, we have pulled the curtain back, you know, and we see the man behind the curtain. We see Esau Edom for who he really is. A profane person, an immoral person. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is shining light on him. Matter of fact, once again, let's go to the bottom. It says Trump and Vance lied on black Haitians, claiming they were eating people's pets. A lie completely debunked by Springfield, Ohio officials. Yet these same folks stay silent when white men are literally arrested for having sex with animals. Cows, goats, horses, and dogs. Oh my goodness, boy, lock up the barn. Lock up the barn, get them sheep. Y'all know what happens, what you got to do with an animal when they do this? You got to put that animal down. You got to kill that animal. You can't eat the meat. It's defiled because of these damn devils. This is crazy. But this is what they are. And they're just being outed. But see, they supposed to have been what? The beauty of the standard of beauty, right? Remember, they call themselves, they were the gods, they were the angels. That's why when you look at pictures, it's always them drawn in, which also depicts a damn lie that they are not. These are profane and wicked people. Now, someone may say, well, it ain't all so-called white people. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Or they just ain't got caught yet. It's Slovakia. My beast is asking to come in. Come on, Kirby. Come on. Anyway, y'all already know about my cat. Going back into this article, right? So we're gonna get a few scriptures on this. You know, this is just straight wickedness. This is nasty. This is profane. This is immoral. It is what it is. Now, as you think about it, you don't hear Jake doing this. You don't hear so-called black people. You don't hear so-called Native Americans doing this. You don't hear so-called Hispanics doing this. This is always them. This is their MO. This is the Edomites' MO. This is what they do. This is what they do. And guess what? They women know it. That's another reason why they women are attracted to who? Jake. They know what man, look. They women know what they men be doing behind closed doors. Even Hollywood even show you what they be doing. It ain't just dressing in women's clothes and doing all that. Look at this shit. And YouTube should not be able to flag this because this is something that's out. It's everywhere. This ain't no new article like it just happened. Like it's hidden. This is what they do. But see, they always want to be painted as the righteous. White, holy, clean. Ain't nothing white about you. At the end of the day, y'all should be called the blacks, the wicked, the evil, the untrusty, the liars, the manslayers, profane. You see what the article says. Now, matter of fact, let's go to a few scriptures. It's not going to be very long. Not going to be very long at all. But let's get some scriptures. So we're going to go into the book of, let me see, bear with me. Let's go into the book of Hebrews is where we're going to go. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. And let's see what it says. And bear with me, Israel. This is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Esau, the Edomites, the Idumeans. Profane. Matter of fact, look over to the right. Make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau. Immoral. Godless. And that's another thing. What do they say? In God they trust. And what God? And what God they trust? It's definitely not Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Not at all. And it's more things that they do than just sleeping with animals. It's a lot of wicked things they do behind closed doors. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. It's more than just that part that he sold his birthright. This person is profane. He's immoral. It's a warning against him. Anybody else like this? Yeah, that's your behind. Now, it's not like Moab and other Elam and the rest of them don't be doing stuff. How they be eating and just eating anything and everything and bathing in poop water and rat water and all that. But these Edomites, take the cake in the wickedness that they do. Immoral, profane. So then we go back to the book of Job. You have the understanding why Job himself didn't even want these Edomites near his animals. He knew what they did. He knew what oh my goodness, man. Boy, oh boy. Let's go to the book of Job. All right, let's go to the book of Job. They out here wilding. Job chapter 30. And they doing this now. They been doing this. Ain't nothing new. Esau, Edom been doing this. Them poor animals. Them poor cows. God dang horses, cows, dogs. I know it was another article was an Edomite man. I think he was doing it with huskies. You know how profane you gotta be, immoral you gotta be to sleep with an animal? And the scriptures tell you not to do that. Going into Leviticus the 18th. Oh, matter of fact, we gonna get that. Going into Leviticus the 18th chapter in 23. This shows that Esau, Edom is a godless people. Now, yeah, they serve the gods of the heathens and Qual, however you say his name. Their God. But look at this. The scriptures tell you about them. And see, that's why I keep wanting, now people want to be hand in hand with these devils. You want to be hand in hand with these devils. I'm talking about 2/3 of our people. You want to be hand in hand with these devils. Man, oh man. And matter of fact, even just talking about that, not even forgetting what they did to us in slavery, our ancestors. All the cruelty that they showed, all the things that they done. But I guess, Jake forgot. But these scriptures are going to always remind you of this man, of these people. It ain't just one person. It's them. This has nothing to do with their outside appearance. Because as we know, there's some chocolate covered Edomites too. And then I always bring these two up. I'm not saying they're doing this. These two girls are doing this. But at the end of the day, they're Edomite women, Tia and Tamara. They look like Israelite women, but they're Edomites. While we tell you, we don't go on outside appearance. A dang tear. But at the end of the day, that article shows what these people do, what they've been doing. Matter of fact, what was I saying? Job, where am I at? Job. We're going to start at Job chapter 30, and we're going to start at verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Disdained. What is the word disdained? Let me see. Disdained. Bear with me. Let me see. Is it here? Did I shoot past it?
Strong's H3988. My ass.
Man. My ass. I'm probably saying it wrong. To reject, despise, refuse. To reject, refuse, to despise, to be rejected, to flow, run from. Despise, refuse, reject, abhor. Oh my goodness. I'm just looking. We're looking together. To reject. My goodness. These devils, I tell you. Now let's go back. This is Job chapter 30 and verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yeah, whereunto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and fame they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste. Let's go further. Fleeing into the wilderness. You know where they're going? Into them mountains, into them caves. Who cut up marshmallow by the bush and juniper roots for their meat. Let's go further. They were driven forth from among men. They were pushed out. Nobody wanted them around. Driven out. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys. What is Obadiah goes into that. They lived in what? In the cliffs of the rocks, in them mountains, in them caves. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Now, wait a minute. No scripture says that we lived like that we were just in there. We just went into the mountains and lived in caves and did all this. You know, Jacob was a man of tents. We had a home. Even though Esau tried to depict that we was living in mud huts and all the bull crap that he talking about. So, matter of fact, we can crush that real quick, because at the end of the day, when you even go into Ireland, when you go into Dublin, when you go over there, when you go to the over there in Europe, them castles and whatnot, if you really pay attention to them castles, you start seeing faces on them. You start seeing the artwork. Of course, the nose is always removed, just about sometime. And you will see all the castles that Jake built and Jake lived in, which back then you might have called the Moors. But at the end of the day, Jake didn't live like Esau Edom. Wasn't doing all this stuff that Esau Edom do. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in rocks, among the bushes. They brayed unto the nettles. They were gathered together. Right? They were children of fools. Yeah. And you know what? So who's above us right now? The scriptures told us what? The children of fools are above the Israelites right now. That's who's above us. These people, them dog loving, goddamn cow doing and horse doing people. Profane, immoral people. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. That is what's above us right now. Base men. They were viler than the earth. Matter of fact, let's see something. Hold on, bear with me. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm gonna see if it'll go into it. I'm trying to see what the word viler means. We could do this though.
Strong's H5217. Nacha.
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 Nacha. To strike, scourge, smite. Smite, drive away, beviler. Smite, scourge. I'm just seeing. Yep, they were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Good Lord. Wicked. Just wicked. That's what they are. Wicked. Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture, right? Let's go to this scripture. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 18. Bear with me. I said in my heart, concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beast. Exactly what they are. Beast. Doing beastly things, Esau, Edom. The Edomites. I'm talking about the Edomites right now. Now, according to us, we'd have been the son. We are the sons of God. Now, yeah, we are human and everything, but we are the sons of God. Matter of fact, let's move this over there. I guess somebody's, getting married. One of the brothers doing a video popped up. But nevertheless, like I was saying earlier, and these devils want to talk about they holy, they this, they that, and everything else. And what does the scripture say about them? Tells the truth about them. Tells the 100% truth about them. And see, at this time, they can't hide. That's another reason they probably want to get rid of the internet too, because see, their wickedness is exposed on all fronts, from the higher elites all the way down to this. These base men are being outed. He cannot hide. Esau cannot hide himself. The wickedness that they do, or they profanely commit. Now you start to understand Romans 9 and verse 13. Matter of fact, we'll go there. I mean, man, come on. Yeah, let's go there. I was going to say something, but hold on. Romans chapter 9. Bear with me, Israel. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. What does it say? As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Another reason why Yahweh Shemel Shah hates Esau Edom, the base man, the one that was made for dishonor. Or he's definitely doing his dishonor. I mean, it's just this is just bad, man. This is real bad. This ain't nothing new. We knew he did this stuff. I just wanted to go in on this article because the brothers had put it in the chat, and I had seen them like, man, we got to do a little video on this, because these devils be out here acting like they God sent. These Edomites be acting like they God sent. And then you start seeing the things they do. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna lead them. I ain't gonna just lead them. Oh yeah, Amalek too. Going into that Talmud. When they were coming up, especially when they were out there in New York, coming up from under the sewers, and what they were doing down there. Yeah. We know what you do. Matter of fact, let's get another scripture, right? Malachi. Let's get another scripture, right? Shows that Yahweh Shema Shai hate them. No, was that what's it saying? Oh, Salakia. This is Malachi, what? Chapter 1 and verse 4. We can get that. Matter of fact, hold on. Man, we can get all of this. We can just read it. This is got Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's said. Let's see if Yahweh Shemashah ever changed him loving Esau. Did he ever change his mind? This is Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, when hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob. Point blank period. Where does it say he loved Esau Edom, or the Edomites, or the Idumeans? It doesn't say that. Yahweh Shema Shai never said that he loved Esau Edom, the Edomites, the Idumeans. They call themselves Caucasians today. They call themselves white people today. This has nothing to do with outside appearance, but this is what they call themselves. Their real name is the children of Edom. They are Edomites. It has nothing to do with their skin color. An Edomite can be dark as me, but still an Edomite. For them Jakes out there, oh, you always trying to say the white man's the Edomite. Your behind might be an Edomite. Ain't about skin tone or skin color. We're not saved over skin color. Anyway. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hate Esau. And I hated Esau. Now, see, somebody may say, well, see, he hated. Doesn't mean he hates him now. Oh, really? Okay, let's read further. I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Going into what? The Renaissance, when they rebuilt, when they came back into power, when they sought in their likeness and drew themselves in. Right? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And they did. We're living in it. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever, a hatred. So what part does it say that he changed his mind about Esau, Edom? The Edomites, the Idumeans. Y'all not know how to read? Do y'all not understand? The people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. People get tripped up. And I know where you get tripped up at, because they're ruling. Because Esau, Edom is ruling, and Esau may give you something. He may help you out here and there, maybe. What, he ain't the wicked man? He ain't the profane? He ain't the immoral? If he do good for you, it's for his own benefit. He getting something out of it. Or Yahweh should put something on him to make him do something, because that's not in their character. The Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever, a hatred. Like I was saying earlier, yes, they rule. And we always go back to Esau and Jacob. Esau has what? His time to rule. This is fair. He has his time to rule. And he's a wicked king. A wicked, immoral, profane. And it showed today, matter of fact, you just cut the goddamn TV on. Look at what's going on in Hollywood out there. Look what's going on. They talking about the list and all that other stuff. This is all Esau's doing. Yes, Jake's involved. That's 2/3 of our people. Those that want to be hand in hand with these devils. And whatnot. They going to go down with them. Because Jake's doing some profane stuff too. Jake is doing some stuff. Jake is doing some immoral stuff when it comes to Hollywood and them sacrifice and all the stuff that they do, so they can get the bag. But it's talking about Esau, Edom, the profane man, the immoral man. And it shows here that Yahweh Bashim Shai, what? Hath indignation forever, that hatred for them. But like I said earlier, this was their time to rule. And look at them. Take a long, hard look at them. Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture, right? Let's go to another scripture. Because it tells us in the book of Lamentations, you're not supposed to be sleeping with animals. Sexually. Any of that. But look at what they do. And they supposed to be Yahweh Bashim Shai's people? They supposed to be God's people? Yeah, all right. What was I saying? Leviticus. Hold on. Leviticus, what I wanted. Leviticus 18, right? This is Leviticus 18 in verse 23. This proves these people ain't Yahweh Shema Shah people at all. Yeah, he created their ass, but shoot. And then when you're going about the creation, what did it say? I think that's would say one for honor and one for dishonor. Esau, Edom, was made for dishonor, and he's doing a real good job of his dishonor. I give it to him. He's doing a heck of a dishonor. That devil doing devilish shit. Now, let's get this. Matter of fact, let's get it in the NLT because it hit hard, it hit raw. This is Leviticus 18 and 23. Cut and dry. What does it say? A man must not defile himself by having sex. We all know what that is. With an animal. Cut and dry. And a woman, you Edomite women are not escaping because y'all be doing this stuff too. And a woman must not offer herself to a male animal to have intercourse with it. This is a perverse act. A perverse act. Going back into profane, immoral. Look, matter of fact, do not defile yourselves in any of these ways, for the people I am driving out before you have defiled themselves in all these ways. I'm looking at all this. Man, because the enemy, because the entire land has become defiled, I am punishing the people who live there. I will cause the land to vomit them out. Man, hey, yo, they about to get vomited out. They about to get burnt up. These Edomites about to get burnt up. All 50 states or whatever is about to be bombed out, depleted, and burned completely out. But see, remember what they said. What Esau, Edom said. Here they are. These are just these three. When you think about the ones that ain't got caught yet. Take a hard, long look. Remember, these are the ones say they're the gods. These are the ones say they're the angels. These are the ones says that they're, all of that. They're holy. They're clean. They're white. White as snow. And look at what their people do. Look at what they do. Once again, this wasn't meant to be very long. I hope this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Shalom.